Guys, get us in game.
Thank you very much, Stunner. What a great game this is going to be. The grand finals, Moses. I hope you're ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I'm excited to see what NRG has. I talked to them a little bit before the game. They seem really calm and relaxed, actually, oddly enough. And I think that's because there's just no expectation of them, is there?
Yeah.
We talk about that quite frequently. This is one of those matches where NRG, literally, they're just happy to be here. And anything you get after this is experience. And I like the way that they vetoed into this. They go for their better maps. They go for maps they're comfortable with as well, not shying away from them because Navi's also good, because why not? See what you can do on this map against a very good team.
It's been impressive on overpass so far in the tournament for NRG, so I'm very excited that we're going to be seeing this map in the grand finals. And honestly, I mean, where do you fall on this? Can you tell anything about the fact that Navi just played one match and now they're going straight into the next? And on the other hand, NRG have had a long break to cool down.
Well, like I said after the NRG game, I think they're going to be fine because I think this is an adrenaline moment, right? They're not used to this whatsoever. I think this is still novel enough to where it's not like they're just going through the motions. I think they're another team that just came in. They probably came down as soon as that event or that previous match was over, sat down, set up, and started warming up. Navi as well. I mean, they seemed hyped. They seemed excited. I think that's the interesting part because, you know, with that, I feel like Navi, there wasn't even that extended break, right? This has been a very quick turnaround for Navi. I think this first map could be a bit of a struggle. And I think if we do get to 3 maps, I think it'll be fun, but a bit of a struggle. But I think that second map is where Navi will feel warmed up and would be able to just dominate.
All right, so no problems first or second map, but if it goes third map, then they would have played 6 in a row, and that's where you start to feel
I think there could be problems on this overpass, just because we know NRG's good at it. We've seen them snowball it, and they do it very well when they gain confidence on this map. And Navi might on this one feel a little bit lethargic as well. So there's some obstacles, but I mean, that all goes away, I guess, when the game starts. I guess we'll just have to monitor it. That's all like theoretical type stuff, right?
I was ready for NRG to fall apart much earlier than this. I mean, I thought, but I thought even just making up to the stage, I thought I wouldn't have been so outraged if that had happened. I would have said that's okay, they can come back and do it again, and then they can keep building on it. So the fact that they haven't that puts a little smile on my face. That makes me think, all right, well, maybe they actually have something much more real to show us than we expected going into it. I'm excited. I think this could be a pretty good game.
I mean, who's going to show up for NRG, right? That's the big question. Breeze, Ethan, and Cirque have all had their big games today.
Yep.
Daps is playing well as an in-game leader. Fugly has been solid at times. He's had some slow starts to some games, but overall, I think he's had a good tournament as well.
I think Fugly's impact was especially in the group stage, right?
Yes.
So we'll see if he can do a little bit better here in the grand finals. I think we are just about to go live. So big welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the grand finals here. Navi versus NRG. We're starting off at a best of 3 with the first map on overpass. And I hope you're ready. Invite your friends. Get everybody on board. NRG starting on the CT side and Navi on the T side. Smoke and a Molotov. And 2 smokes, in fact.
What a big test for this NRG roster live into this pistol. They do get a start on the CT side, but it's going to be nothing fancy from Navi. And look at this, pushing downstairs. They're going to retake this bomb site, but they might be able to stop them even getting up towards sandbags. They're turning the corner. No one from NRG is peeking this. It's quiet now that they're in the beam bomb site. Where does that go? Where does that pressure come from? There's Ethan. Out of the sky is Edward.
Yeah, he didn't even touch the ground and he was dead. So 4 versus 5, they get the 1 kill, but they still need the retake. And Susan Flamey have got a very mean crossfire setup. Flamey taking the face right off of Fugly. And more might become, actually. They can't get out to get this retake in. Simple going to be taking down Ethan. NRG, they had the setup they wanted, but they can't get anywhere right now. Daps is going to be out. Great kill for Flamey. Triple for him, and Navi make that round look easy.
I feel like that hit from door needs to come much faster. When Ethan gets that kill, it needs to be explosive out of there. You can't just take that duel. They're awkward angles, and you need to get out before Navi gets set up to prevent the retake. Once that bomb goes down and they all sink away from the site, Navi's looking for the flanks. That's when they start communicating who's watching what, who's watching flank, who's watching door. And obviously set up very well with a nice crossfire. Good shots from Flamey. He got 3 kills, and Cirque is going to have a deagle with no armor, keeping as much money in his pockets as possible. And back to the B bomb site we go for Navi. And this might be something where they just say, let's just run simple things. Let's just try and overrun them early on. And if they can't stop us, this will be quick.
Such a bad idea, maybe. Daps will have gone down already. Breeze, he gets 1 kill before he's out of it. And the SMG's getting a little bit of work done. Although Ethan actually with 1 good kill of the deagle could put a little bit of stress on Navi. Fugly coming from behind. That's a good turnaround from Simple. Heard the steps. He's so quick. Ethan, that's a nice headshot. The bomb now on the site. This is interesting. If Cirque can land 1 more shot from up here, maybe there's a chance. Ethan's very low on health. Obviously 1 health left.
Yeah, Cirque needs to do the work from here, and I think you have to stick around if you're NRG and go for this. No reason not to when you have this 2-on-2. You know, likely they can be tagged up, and Cirque needs to be aggressive, assertive, and take over in this situation. Edward down beneath him in water. Ethan's rotated all the way back, but he can't make a single mistake, and Cirque still hasn't made his move. He at least needs to take the attention away.
Ethan is hoping he can snipe somebody away. A little bit of damage with the body shot. Ethan goes down. That's not a big surprise. And Cirque, I think, trying for the pre-fire there. Very difficult to do anything, and I think he might just fall back and hope for either exits or using the Deagle in the next round. It's a really good effort out of NRG in this round, but it is not enough. And Navi will win the second round.
This might be, this could be a bit too critical. I have to say, I feel like I wish Cirque would have actually gone and been way more aggressive with that Deagle. He's got no armor. He's just got the Deagle. His teammates were down at a 2-on-2. It's not like there's anything to save into the next one. Try and go for this win early on when Ethan has provided you with the opportunity, with so much. And that, I hope it's not worrying signs for the gun rounds if Cirque is going to be passive and afraid to peek in this kind of a grand finals environment.
Obviously a young player, but you're right. You definitely don't want to see that. Singular flashbang picked up on Ethan, so some of us are excited. And they're heading down for a stack in the B bomb side. Only Cirque on a mission on the other side with the Deagle, hoping to catch Simple. Not going to be this time around. See if they push into the B bomb side. That one flash has already been used. They were just going to go and check the monster tunnel, I suppose. Bit of a shame.
Bit of a shame. Full control for Navi, though, and against unarmored opponents, this shouldn't be too difficult. Edward just playing around with that Mach-10. They've got Flamey on one as well. You don't see that flashbang out of NRG that we've seen in other maps, and they're just going to creep up, try and push into this. Electronic is ready and waiting, but he can't control the spray well enough to find the second. It's Edward who's coming up next. They've lined up for him, and that's easy. Heads are popping like pimples with that Mach-10. No armor on him, and Daps is going to be right at the sandbags. He goes down as well.
Very important couple of kills here for Edward. Quad kill as well for him. A lot of money in the pockets, and making sure they don't steal any kind of weapon down there, which is good news.
Yes, very good news. Good news as well that the Mach-10 actually gets that many kills. Able to build up a lot of money for Edward. So 3-0 now, we get to see the test. Guns are out for NRG. Cirque has his AWP. Missing armor. Missing utility, obviously, with that second round investment. They have one kit on Breeze, so keep an eye on him if he lasts until the retakes. Just keep an eye on him in general. He was one of the big-time performers to even get NRG to the grand finals. 3 players on NRG, though, starting slow without a kill in these first 3 rounds.
Flamey winning that first fight. Fugly going to follow it up, and that is important. Don't want to let him get away with that kind of a kill for nothing.
They've got to shift the defense, though. Fugly has to escape through the door, and that means Daps has to rotate around to CT spawn to the A bomb site.
And he doesn't have any utility to buy time with. Even if he sees them at long or anything like that, he can't slow them down with a Molotov. He sort of has one flashbang, although they're starting to rotate in. Timing is everything right now. If Navi strike in the next 5 seconds, they might be there in time, but otherwise, NRG could actually have a pretty good rotation coming into the bomb site. Edward trying to run right in and catch somebody on the stairwell. That's Fugly. He still gets the kill. That's a big one on Edward. Simple going to be going down. Daps able to pick him up, and no bomb plan yet. Zeus might be in a little bit of trouble, but he will find his way out. No bomb plan yet. Fugly and Breeze, 2 versus 2 here, and Electronic going to take the face right off of Breeze. Let's see what Fugly can do. He's got maybe 1 or 2 chances here. Going to swap out for the M4 instead, and that smoke is going to make sure Zeus can escape. It's a smart play.
Well, if he had got that kill right through the smoke, he would have gone for it. I think he's just going to end up saving. No mistakes being made for Navi as they found themselves into the bomb site. They had to fight the whole way. Fugly actually now pretty committed. I think pretty soon he's going to want to back off, almost with the shoulder of Electronic, who's at low HP, but he's going to get away. Now it's time to grab that up and bail out. Still pushing forward, though, trying to find some of these kills, and this could be a disaster. He could lose this weapon. He's going to lose it all. Not able to bring the AWP into the next round. 4 rounds for Navi as they begin their march.
So, a bit of a shame, really, because I actually thought NRG had a fair result there, and I think maybe one thing they lost track of in that round was the fact that Navi weren't quick to get the bomb down.
Yes.
It looked like NRG was sort of fighting like the bomb was already down.
I think it was the kill Daps got onto Simple, because Daps, remember that first player, Edward, was able to get towards Bank with the Mach-10. Daps was just trying to hide, stay hidden as long as possible, kind of pounce at the right moment, and that allowed the Mach-10 to get close up to Fugly. And I don't think Simple expected him when he did pop out, and there goes Ethan, staring straight down, and Edward finds, or I mean, excuse me, Electronic finds it anyway. Edward might want to try and lead with this Mach-10, but there is a smoke in his view.
Nice enough pick off on Fugly. having an impact in some of these rounds. We've seen in the past, it can be kind of tricky. I think maybe especially in a grand finals scenario, if you have a slow start, you start to think about the fact that you're having a slow start, and then it just sort of gets worse, you know.
Perpetuating the cycle. Yeah, very well could be, but this is where, in these grand finals, in an 0-4, probably soon to be 0-5 start, this is where you need Breeze, Cirque, Ethan, one of them to provide some energy, some life to this team, to calm everyone down. Just, you know, one of those guys getting a triple kill at some point calms the team and lets them realize we can fight with these guys. They've already, remember, they've taken out Liquid, they took out North. It's not like Navi is some unbeatable monster. Simple might be, but Navi as a whole, no.
I was going to say.
Speaking of unbeatable monsters, they do actually have one of those.
There is one of those on the map. The raid boss at the end of it. Daps alone inside of the bomb site, waiting with the Deagle. He's seeing all the grenades. Flashbang, and he's going to peek the tunnel. Question of timing. Didn't work out for him this time around. And I don't think they could... I mean, again, if you can get some kills, maybe steal a rifle and run away, that would be great.
I don't know if that's going to happen. A late boost, they spot Edward right beneath, and they see him again. That's a good find. Breeze. Now the boost is given up. Electronic responds to the second boost. He's eliminated in this round, and even spamming through gets great damage. No chance for this retake to happen. Fugly goes down at the end. 3 kills for Electronic in the round. And Navi's off to a quick start. They've got money now as well.
I don't think... I have told you, but you can shoot through that box on the bomb side of overpass, so you gotta be aware of that.
Even in a grand final, have you no shame?
None at all. But big shout out to NVIDIA, the preferred graphics platform for StarSeries. Really appreciate the support, obviously. 6th round is going to be coming up now, and I guess we'll see how they do. They have the AWP, and this time Cirque actually has armor. It's been a really rough start for our North American friends, as they have been struggling economically, and also Navi do seem very hot from that last semi-final game. Look at this boost all the way over at the playground. Trying to catch somebody.
Ooh, they almost catch one jumping, and obviously maybe expecting NRG to try and do something clever to get their first round in this half. Hasn't come out quite yet. Cirque with that AWP over towards bathrooms, and that's Electronic, another entry, but Ethan with the quick response. That's much needed. Spam coming from Zeus in case he's going to follow it up, in case he feels so bold. I think he even spotted one player in the door, but he's not going to take that fight. Too far away from the bomb site. 1 minute left in the round. And Navi starting to move forward.
What a shame for Breeze. He hit the instant headshot on that first dink, but the AK is just a little bit better in that kind of a fight. Sue still has the bomb down outside of B. Edward is sticking around up by the restrooms to make sure that there's a bit of noise here, keeping Fugly and Cirque if he can. That's great news.
That position from Flamey is so dirty. He can turn the corner very quickly when these smokes and flashbangs and Molotovs towards the A-bomb site happen, and this fake from Edward is working. Daps is rotating away. It's only Ethan playing at Graffiti. There's only one defender here. This could be a nightmare, and if they really need to slow down this head, Ethan needs to do something, but how aggressive, how bold is he going to be? There's Daps. They could find the boost, and he's trying to get that kill, but he's not. He's going to be frustrated. Surely he thought he should have had that. Edward survives with 16 HP, but Cirque is here. He's arrived with the ult.
Oh, he's actually trying to spam through. Fugly, he got the right idea. I'm loving it, but look at this flank from Edward. If the rest just buy time, he's so quick to run up here, and Ethan is going to be going down to Simple, and now Fugly pretty much all alone, 1 versus 3. Look at it being caught in the corner as well. Simple will be going down, but I'm not sure it's really going to matter all that much. The bomb is planted out in the open, remember. So even if Fugly got the kill here on Zeus, he still has to try and defuse. If he had time, he would have to try and defuse out in the open. I think he's realizing by now this is almost going to be impossible, and he will fall back instead. Simple can't catch him, but I guess that's fine. 6-0 here for the hometown heroes of Navi.
You can even hear the chants ring out as the bomb is planted. NRG still blank, still not able to get into those bomb sites, still not able to hold off the aggression of Navi. Just not enough production. Nice, you have to say, because we give Zeus a decent amount of flack at times.
Yeah, it's a good favorite activity, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's become one, certainly. One of the things he does very good that round is he plays a very good kind of supporting Simple, who's down in water. Simple gets that kill towards Graffiti, towards that choke point, and Zeus kind of realized the next peak that's coming is going to be from above. Cirque trying to maybe pierce straight down on him, and he's watching exactly that for Simple. We're going to have a bit of a firefight here, though, Anders, as NRG taking over short. and maybe not much of a firefight, as Flamey and Simple both dispatch NRG very quickly. They're having no problems with the American side, these upstarts.
I mean, it's going to be a quick shutdown, isn't it? Cirque, 1 versus 5, and I guess that's kind of to be expected. It's more the fact that with that last round wasn't that bad. They had the early trade. It's just the fact that they were a little, I think they were a little bit nervous, so they made sort of a quick call and said, it's almost, you remember how North were playing on Inferno, where they sort of, like,
right.
We're so nervous, we're going to try and make a call for a stack somewhere. Let's try and stack somewhere and just, it's going to work, you know?
Yeah.
And it didn't. So you end up with 3 men in the A-bomb side, 1 in B, and that just doesn't work.
They've actually given themselves a couple chances in this game. They've actually, I mean, despite the fact that it's 7-0, and despite the fact there's a lot of money built up on Navi, we've had a couple rounds that have come down to 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s, and a few clutch moments that had potential 1-on-2s. Just Navi not able to kind of really find anything in those rounds, not able to be assertive enough to defuse those bombs. So that's got to be worrying. But I like this timeout. You've given yourself 7 rounds to play with. You've given yourself 7 rounds to settle down. It's not happened. So now you take the timeout. And interesting seeing Edward, seemingly Edward and Simple kind of being the most vocal during this timeout, also turning around to talk with Kane. Hello. What's that say?
I don't know. I think it's an invitation to read his blog on
Tumblr?
on cooking. So
Okay.
it's just inviting you, Moses, specifically for you, actually. Weirdly.
All right. I'm in. I enjoy a good blog. Fugly going to fall back towards the bathrooms as Cirque backs off as well. They're going to want to maintain that presence for the moment. It looks like they'll have some action as Zeus and Flamey, they're going to come up those stairs to work with Edward on taking control from Fountain. Some spam going in towards door by Ethan. There's Cirque opening things up. That's electronic out. He's been great for Navi, so that's a good find. Tough part is Cirque now has to rotate to go over to help Fugly. Zeus is challenging that, though. Oh.
Good flashbang all the way going over. Beautiful stuff there. Simple down immediately. Edward will be taking a bit of revenge, and Zeus trying to see if he was quick enough to catch that kill. Cirque waiting on the bomb site. Going to go for the peek on long, and could have maybe got that kill. Peeks out again. That's a beautiful headshot. Taking down Zeus. Not much of him showing. Flamey with the return. 2-on-3. This feels like a round that NRG are destined to win. Breeze is holding down there on the B-bomb site, waiting, but it's going to take a while before they can really get there.
Breeze could have actually gotten a more aggressive stance towards the B-bomb site as well to really catch the fallback, because they know Edward and Flamey got 2 kills on this side of the map. He doesn't take that advantage. He's playing it passive, but Ethan and Dap still holding over at A. And towards the stairs, Ethan at the truck. It's all on this. This is a must-win round for NRG.
They have to finally be on the board. Edward patiently waiting. He's going to try and see if he can flank around the truck, but Ethan is going to be ready, and now it's just Flamey with 14 seconds, and I think he's realized this isn't going to happen. We'll try and see if he can fall back, and maybe he doesn't want to give him the AK, maybe want to see if he can find the AWP down at long here, that Simple drop early on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So still, that's finally something working out, and it wasn't that complicated. Winning one AWP fight, flashing out on long, and then just sort of calming down a little bit.
Yeah, it was actually very nice from a good round from Cirque. I think I got 2 kills and that one like flash assist for Fugly, which actually found Simple. So a very important person to take down as soon as possible. And now NRG has a bit more to play with. They're down to 2 FAMASes instead of the M4s, but they've got all the utility. They got kits, they got Molotovs and smokes. They got everything. Now to build upon this, and can they build upon this? Again, brand new team into a grand final of a major tournament, a very difficult and grueling format for them to run through. And you want to at least, even if you're going to lose these, even if you're going to lose it by a wide margin, you want to at least have that 5 or 6 to give yourself a chance in the second half. See what you've got on the other side as well.
Electronic is sneaking quite far into the L-bend. He did get grenaded. That was a grenade that landed more or less right on him, but it looked like he wanted to try and see if he could just walk in with no warning and take a shot into the B-bomb site. Now he's just holding it alone while the rest of his team are on the other side. Zeus and Flamey making their way up the connector. Still very early, impossible really to tell what Navi's plans are. They're just clearing out part of the map at the moment. Edward and Simple are going to go for a boost, and this is... oh, they might just double grenade.
Yeah, I want to try and punish Cirque for his insolence in the previous round. Not going to happen. He's actually over towards the B bomb sites. The op is rotated away from the action. That might not be ideal. Those are pop flash through. You like this aggressiveness. Fugly has one. Gonna get back through the smoke, and Flamey finds him, tracks him by the footsteps, tracks him by the sound. And Ethan is kind of stuck here. This is the worst place for him to be stuck. He can go nowhere. He's got one at long, and he knows they're coming up highway as well. He's got to get out. Flashbang to try and help, but he's got flames around him. Can't even push forward. His teammates are here, but he's stuck. He needs to fight his way out, and he's accomplished just that. Electronic goes down, but Simple finds him at long.
Yeah, running up. He has the AWP Simple, but he actually used the C-75 for that one. Molotov to try and stop the plan. That's a great shot from Cirque. That's important. Simple and Flamey now. Can they do anything to turn this round? 10 seconds, and Flamey will pick up a headshot on one. And now running closer. Simple charging into the bomb site. Cirque's going to be able to get him down, and Dabs will help out. Cirque surviving on 100 health with the AWP. A 2-7 scoreline. That was very, very close towards the end.
Much needed kill on the planter to force those Navi players into aggression, that they have to go take over the bomb site and clear them out of their position. Opens them up even more. And Cirque, this is their first 2 rounds. Nice, important double kills from him. He's at 6 and 7. Ethan at 6 and 8. Fugly at 7 and 8. Everyone on Navi is 3 players on 7. You have Electronic on 8 and Flamey on 9. And they have this is going to be tough now for them. I think they might be a little shocked after that first 7-round opening. They might be running out of money after this purchase. They are going to invest. All the AKs being picked up. NRG with a chance to get back into it. They still don't have a buffer behind them, though. A buffer in which if they lose a round, they would have to save still. That's got to be scary. So timeout is over after they talk things out.
Their T-side earlier looked quite good even on overpass. So even if they're behind now, maybe still give them a little bit of credit and see if they can make it back. But obviously 7 rounds is very good for Navi. There's really no disguising that. Gravitating over towards the B side of the map this time, actually taking really no control on either playground or restrooms.
I don't know if it was the result of the timeout or just maybe 9 rounds into a grand final, but NRG finally looked like they're willing to take some risks. You saw Fugly get pop flashed through a smoke. He's going to be pushed up again to the end of long A, and he's going to start finding information. I imagine he's just going to have Cirque rotate over towards that B bomb site. They have to be kept a little honest because of no one watching for the stairs.
Simple's coming back. This could be a very critical battle that's coming up. So moving in, Simple is right on the other side of that wall, and he's going to be falling back with a bit of noise, and Fugly must have heard that. So yeah, now they're going to start to rotate Cirque in. I think he's certainly moving back in that direction. I don't think Navi even realized they've been discovered. The pop flash coming in, there's 3 people waiting. The grenades are down on the ground, but Sue's still going to be able to open up. Breeze just caught in the moment. Electronic going to be getting the kill on Ethan. An absolute disaster here for NRG. They knew they had all the information they needed. They just needed the right kills, and well, Fugly's going to pick up one. That's not bad at all. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. Cirque trying to take a shot through and unable to connect.
Just needed 1 or 2 more kills to delay things, and I think that might have actually been the problem. Instead of thinking of just taking the fight through Monster, he knows delaying will accomplish with Fugly coming in the flank. Tries to drop the Molotov. That first player needs gun out, and he gets punished for it. Couldn't get the Molotov on the ground in time, and Zeus is already turning the corner. Small mistake, and it's a pretty crippling result. This means Navi is back to having a bit more cash. As we said, this is a pretty harsh reset for this team. They need these weapons. If they want to buy in the next round, they need to hold on to the op and AK, and they're being hunted. Edward on one side, Flamey in the other.
Bomb goes off, but they're going to find Cirque, and they find Fugly. Edward with both the ending kills.
With the kills, both of them taken away, and that's not too smiley. It's not going to make you happy.
I think whoever was holding on the barrels down there,
yes,
and Breeze, who was holding close, I think they both pulled their grenades at the same time. So none of them were, I mean, it's fine if they both want a grenade, but maybe somebody should have a gun trained at that monster tunnel entrance.
So, I mean, someone has to. It depends on who it's going to be. I don't know, maybe the barrel player gets Molotov and he pulls out a smoke to kind of stop it. Maybe that's why he had a nade out, but certainly Breeze has to be gun out that close up. Or at least it has to be coordinated much better than that, but you need to be able to get that first kill. After that, it's just a stomping. The barrels player is just pinned down. There's no chance of him standing back up. We do have investment from NRG. Not much.
It's kind of, you know, ooh, that's,
oh my Lord.
What is happening, Fugly? He's just doing this alone right now with a pistol, and Daps is going to be taking down Edward Flamey. Looking to see if he can take him down, but it's just not going to happen.
What?
That came out of nowhere.
This all just has come out of nowhere. 2 kills for Daps, 2 kills for Fugly. They're going to get a bunch of free AK-47, so... All right, they just got given a little bit of a gift, as even Daps is going to find that. Breeze is the only one still stuck on an SMG, and that's a bit shocking. That turns from a near disaster, pretty much to half for NRG, and now they have a chance to still stay in it.
I was going to say, before Fugly so rudely interrupted us, that...
Well, I want to see this. I want to see this. The second one is through... Okay, why not? 2 birds, 1 stone, as they say.
What the Fugly is going on? What was this? I was gonna say, if you do sort of a rerun of that round where Breeze is holding close, and you go back home, you look at the demo, you get everyone on board, you put on your glasses and you try and analyze that round at home, and you try and figure out what went wrong. The analysis has to be something like, well, if you hadn't pulled the grenade out, then they couldn't have timed you like this. It's so depressing almost, right?
Right.
You want it to be something a little bit more elaborate that outplayed you in the round, but it comes down to like a pretty simple thing. So that's upsetting, but maybe they've made up for it a little bit.
They definitely have, because they were going to have almost nothing, and we've got a treat for you guys. Zeus has brought out the Commando. I'll pass it over. That might have been a misbuy. And he says, you know what, Simple, you can use anything.
I mean, he probably can as well. That's, yeah, that could put you on a little bit of edge if suddenly he's just using all kinds of weapons.
We'll see what he's got. I mean, these are always, we always like to see exactly what players who use this are going to bring out.
Listen, this is a pretty good gun. People underrate it.
You give Simple a scope, and I feel like that could be a recipe for disaster, but for some reason, he's not even expecting Cirque to be at that angle. I mean, let's not say it's not the most common angle, but usually because it's smoked off.
Yeah. And now, they're going to set up. Fugly playing close. Cirque back towards the spawn. Can work out, but can also be very dangerous. They've got the man lead, and they have picked up the SG-553. And 3 men stacked on the B-bomb side. So I think NRG are feeling pretty comfortable right now. It's not like there's some utility for Navi, but not a great deal.
No, not a great deal at all, and even Zeus on the UMP as well. Well, Flamey and Edward can provide those entries. Good spam from Daps, even sliding out of the way as well as he does it. Able to bring Flamey down to 29. That's going to make him less aggressive, you would imagine. So some pretty important damage comes out. Fugly and Cirque still holding long. Fugly's at that flower pot, so he's got a lot of information. Nothing's coming long. Cirque can just monitor bathrooms and highway. 3 players here again. Breeze, we'll see if he pulls a nade out. He doesn't. He keeps his gun out this time, and even Ethan has his gun out on the other side of things. So there it is, and that defense is going to hold strong. Flamey's eventually finished off by Daps with a nice headshot, and Navi's been forced away in this round.
It almost looked like Breeze circled to a grenade.
He did think about it, didn't he?
I was about to get very angry. I was going to yell. It wasn't going to be pretty at all. Well, they win the round, and that's what really matters right now. 4 rounds on the board for NRG. Starting to put up a bit more of a fight here, and the economy for Navi is dreadful. This is, something can be built from this. This might not be a complete wash of a first half.
I wonder what Navi's going to do with their money. You saved 2 weapons. You imagine they're going to buy behind them, and they are. So Deagle comes out for Flamey. He's fully invested. All $1,900 has gone into that purchase. Simple is probably going to do something similar.
The big weakness right now, weirdly for me, for NRG, still seems to be that monster tunnel. I feel like they're doing a fair job fighting around restrooms and long. And
ever since Circa's got the op-out again,
yeah,
the second time around, he's been doing fine with it. He's done great work with it. A couple double kills to get him started. And if it wasn't for that one little hiccup, he might have a 5-round streak. Regardless, there's Ethan, a nice boost in towards those stairs. And there it is. Now you've seen them loosen up. You've seen NRG. They've withstanded the pressure applied by Navi, and now they're starting to get creative.
See if they can push in. Breeze holding by the barrels. They're so close and already scoped up. Electronic leading the way, hoping to get a kill with that less than frequent gun. Daps is going to take down Edward. Fighting up on the box. He's just not afraid of anything right now. Breeze will help him out, taking down Electronic, so the weapons just aren't good enough here for Navi. They're going to get shot down. Nobody has died yet for NRG, and Simple sneaking in with the pistol. We like some good deagle kills at the end of a round. That always makes everyone feel good.
We do, and NRG's going to be loving this economy management by Navi. There's the spam through the smoke. Fugly able to find it out. And yeah, this is going to make a much easier time for NRG to get up towards 7. This time, if you're Navi, you have to save. You don't get anything done in that round. You haven't even applied any economic pressure. Not that it matters this late in, but you didn't make any progress. So maybe a half purchase, maybe some light armor and a Deagle or light armor and a CZ and a little bit of utility. But for the most part, NRG should be able to get to 7.
Such a nice view at the end of the tunnel here. Many people don't know this, but this is where they kept existence all those years.
What is he? The clown from It?
No. Exiled Moses. That's just what I was going for.
I get it, but I have a clown thing. All right, Simple's got a Deagle kill. There goes Cirque. He's been great, and also you've just passed over an ult to perhaps the best player in the world, Fugly falling back, and he's even afraid to challenge. He's got to use his smoke so that he can get across. There's the flashbang. Bariza's going to take the advantage to get close up towards Doran. Look at Electronic even challenging, hoping to lure them out into the open for Simple, who's now got the angle. This is such a dangerous round. 1 minute and 15 seconds that NRG have to be patient against Simple's op.
He sees it, Zeus. Is he going to be patient enough? He kind of wants to take that fight against Fugly. The AK doing quite a bit of damage. The grenade should be enough if it lands on the right side. No, almost, but now the rest are going to come running in. Electronic and Flamey here to back it up. Fugly going to be flashed in. This might work out. Pulls out the pistol instead and goes for Electronic. Up on top, it's Simple. Taking down Fugly. What can he do now? They have almost nothing to work with, and Edward's going to get taken down. Zeus is on 1 health. They should not be winning this round, Navi, but you just never know when Simple's alive. He's no armor, and he's also going to be alone now over at long. Good shot from Ethan, and overall, good reaction from NRG. That flashbang over at long was so well timed.
Yeah, a very, very good recovery. They've now got, 4 in a row, so they've actually won 6 of the past 7 rounds. We've got a game on ourselves. This is looking like it could be a blowout, like Navi was just going to wipe them off the map. And NRG have come alive.
All of Navi have 9 kills, Moses. What does that mean?
The world is ending, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Well,
it's much more grim than you expected.
I was going to say sell all your stocks, but I don't think it even matters if the world's going to be ending it.
That is. Maybe that's what they're just trying to do something creative with the scoreboard.
Yeah, I'm going to be super rich in hell. That's obviously where I'm going.
I feel like that's how a lot of people think.
Oh, Cirque quickly falling back. Bit scary to stay that far up alone, I suppose. But,
there's always a timing on it, especially if you don't have anyone holding those stairs. And Cirque knows that. By feeling, if not just looking at the clock and saying, all right, well, now they can start coming up these stairs. This would be a great opening pick to get. Simple knows this angle well, though, and actually the jump, he spots it out. And the cross, actually. Even Edward just saying, you know what, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, not afraid. Ooh, that's dangerous. Breeze going to go for the fight again. This could be a great fight. Taking down Flamey. I was getting very scared. Passing that AK-47, not always the easiest thing. Ethan taking down Zeus, and a little bit of team damage. I think the nerves are...
As the classic exiting B.
Good throwback.
Yeah, good throwback. Real nice. Welcome full circle. Fugly, though, watching out towards long. Simple, it seems like the plan is just to walk through this smoke, and he's going to do... he's paused for the moment. Waiting for his timing now. He's starting to move forward. The smoke's clearing. They know he's there. That's a good spam. Finds the head of Cirque. That's the op down. But Fugly, he peeks immediately afterwards, and NRG trying to get to 7 as close as they possibly can, and they have a 4-on-2 to do it.
Yeah, I think they might be able to do this. Daps with an instant headshot and Fugly to close out the round. 7-8. I think that's plenty of rounds for Navi. They're going to be quite excited about the first half, but I think they might be a little bit upset that NRG suddenly had that comeback. They in those 7 rounds, they only dropped 1 round. Last 8 rounds, it was 7-1.
NRG had a slow start, but they've accomplished mission number 1, and that's to prove that you can make this a game. They've proved it to themselves. Now it's all about closing out. We're going to go to a break. We'll be back for the second half.
ladies and gentlemen, second half, first map of the grand finals. Navi with a one-round lead coming out of that, but it was on the T side, so overall, we have to say that they're in the lead. But NRG came alive. They showed they can play on a big stage in a grand final, and now the question is, if they can win the pistol, can they actually win the map?
I mean, we know they can. It's will they that is the question. They need to give a really good performance. It's Simple leading the way for his team with just 1 frag. 10 kills and everyone else at 9. So don't worry, the world is no longer ending, Anders. We fixed it.
That's good news.
That's very good news.
Rebuy those stocks if you can.
Cancel the sales. Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing for NRG is you just have to show that you can perform here, and it's going to help immensely now that you went on. And it helped so much that it wasn't like scattered, right? They went on that run where they got to really build some confidence. They got to dig deep into the playbook. They got to get aggressive. They got to silence this crowd over a stretch. 7-8 as NRG switches over to the offense. Live into the pistol run. You got Daps with utility. It's all Glocks on everyone else. On the Navi side, no kits, no nades, just armor. They're going for the straight duel.
Yeah, it looks like they want to fight. Zeus going to be the first one looking down towards the fountain. He's falling back, but they've actually set a trap. Look at Simple hiding in the corner. How far in are they going to peek? There's a headshot. Oh my god! Following it up, an electronic with one of his own. Simple just wants 4. He's eating all of them. Quad kill for him. Oh my god! The best player in the world, ladies and gentlemen.
And he just looks up like we all knew that was going to happen. What a casual way to just deconstruct NRG.
I think the Starladder admin in the background was even kind of shaking his head a little bit.
Well, he better start doing his job. Check that PC.
This is...
Oh, it's so dirty, isn't it? Jesus. And that's, for everything NRG gained in the first half, that'll remind you of who you're going against. Simple maybe toying with his food in the first half and now deciding to just finish off the meal.
That was a good start. Navi well on their way in this map now. A lot of SMGs being bought, no bomb plant, so armor and pistols on the NRG side. I'm kind of a little bit surprised there aren't more Deagles in play. Just 2 or 3 on overpass. Feels like a good map for it.
Well, we've seen Breeze hit some nice shots. All you need is 1, really. Get those CZs. I think part of it helps if, on this map especially, the way you take over bomb sites, if you have the high mobility of the CZs. Obviously, the Deagles can help, but CZs are great for turning corners. There's a fight with the Deagle. Breeze spots Simple out in the open. Nade comes in. Actually, it's the wall, though, and no one clears out Electronic. He's got 2. Can't find the 3rd. Breeze not able to get anything done with that CZ until just now. Simple goes down. It's a 3-on-3, but they're hurt. They're limping. There's 45 seconds left, and they need to back off. They can't find any access, but there's someone flanking. It's Edward up from the stairs, and he can't complete the kills either. They need to hunt him down quick, but he's getting away. And Cirque just going to retreat to that B bomb site. He's got ammunition, and he's got a little bit of time, although I do think Zeus will beat him there.
No, he should be able to get the bomb plant at least, which is kind of a win at this point. Whether he can fight his way out, I'm not so sure. He's got a little bit of ammunition, you're right. Going for a quick peek, hoping for a headshot, but now if he lets them down on low ground, that's it. He can't keep track of them any longer. He's waiting. Edward might be an easy kill, but the rest are going to come looking down, and yeah, the C-set just is not really meant for those kind of fights. He's going to go down. Still, 2 kills and a bomb plant, so something going their way.
Listen, I'm pretty sure the CZ is made for any kind of fight you can possibly get in. But certainly that time didn't pan out the way.
You just have to will it.
Yeah, you just have to not aim. It does the work for you.
Well, maybe that's what I've been doing wrong all this time.
Yeah, you've been trying with it. Navi, 10-7 now off the back of that beautiful, simple pistol round. And AK is being purchased up for NRG. They're going to go for an early buy, despite not getting it down in the first round, despite investment in the second round. Ethan and Fugly, the hot hands you'd call them for NRG. Now you got your Deagles out, Anders. Breeze and Daps each have one of those. CZ on Cirque, and Simple could get caught.
It's an aggressive buy actually coming out here for NRG. I'm kind of shocked at that. It worked great against North. They had 3 or 4 rounds on this map alone where they made it work, and almost catching Electronic. That would have been perfect for Breeze. 1 second earlier, and he would have had it.
Missed a lot of weird timings as well to even see the fact that Electronic was getting that aggressive. And the next thing left, and AK-47 not able to find Zeus either, down to about half HP, tossing utility, no one there for the trade. And these AKs, they were hoping they would find some picks for NRG, and they're not even doing that, which means they're just going to be passed over to Navi. It's not going to pan out. A 5-on-3. Everyone from NRG is spread out, and Electronic is completely blind, but Cirque still can't get the kill as Edward comes in for the save. Everyone from Navi being aggressive and pushing forward to help each other out. It's just Fugly with the rifle. And 50 seconds left. Damage is pretty much the only thing they can accomplish here.
Being shot down in this round for NRG, a bit of a shame. Getting that kind of an early round in the second half where they could have maybe sort of like had the aggressive force up if they'd wanted. I bet that would have given them a lot of confidence in the game. But the fact is, Navi are moving pretty close to those 16 rounds now. And the NRG economy is not going to be looking very good. Fugly and Daps hoping going to get double teamed. Birthday party has come to an abrupt end. Just done with.
All right, that's dark. That's Fugly with a nice kill, but he does get surrounded. A couple AK-47s going to go over to Navi. And that one hurts. That is, like you said, a very aggressive buy that doesn't pan out in the least. 7-11. And Navi's got, I mean, even a lead on the scoreboard, not only just that, good chance to get up to 12, and then also they've got a great economy built up behind this with the free upgrades to the rifles, the SMG bonus money. It's put themselves in prime position to run away with the second half.
Yeah, very likely going to be 12 here before NRG can realistically put anything up. And a little bit of a grenade. The follow-up spam, Simple just continues to fight. Even at 19 health, he just feels like it makes sense. Electronic actually might get sucked into that a bit. I think he thought, I'm going to help Simple out, and then when he died, it's like, I'm just going to continue anyway. So don't want to let this round spiral too much. Breeze also hitting a kill on Edward. A little bit, slightly ridiculous for Navi. Now they're still fighting one at a time, although Sush will get the kill. I'd still be careful at this point.
The M4 is picked up, but there's actually two people here. Ethan wasn't expecting that. Final kill goes to Flamey, and you're right. They did just kind of send bodies at the problem and try and solve it haphazardly, but got a big lead, so why not? Everyone likes to play Gladiator once in a while. Go frag hunting.
Yeah, in the grand finals.
Why not?
All right.
Yeah. Have a bit of fun. This is a game after all, Anders.
It's not just a game, Moses. This is, at least to some of these people, absolutely everything. I think...
Listen, I think I fall into that category.
Yeah. I mean, I have spent almost 20 years of my life doing this.
Molotov on the ground. Flamey pushing forward. He does get back in time before he takes too much damage. That's a good shot from Ethan, and that'll shut the crowd up quick.
Taking down Simple when he has the AWP.
When he's boosted.
When he's boosted as well. Now Daps making his way into the monster tunnel. No signal to show that he's there. He's just snuck in. Seuss is not going to be expecting this. When he goes back to check, he might just go down. Oh, he gets the kill on Daps anyway. That's actually quite impressive. The grenade, it will chase him down from Ethan. Ooh, if he had got away with that for free.
It's a worthwhile death for Zeus, though, with that one kill. He prevents them from turning the corner. His teammates were boosting along the wall, and if they had found that angle just with some kind of weird timing, or Zeus didn't check it frequently enough, then they both would have gone down. So at least prevents that catastrophe from occurring. Now a 4-on-3 with just under a minute, 50 seconds. And now NRG's going to start moving up. How does Navi recover in this situation? It's going to be a two-man push. Edwin and Electronic taking over the short sewers. That'll give them access to door if they want it. But it can also put Electronic in a position to allow Edward to rotate back towards A and shore up the defense.
Look at how clever Flamey is. Oh, he's going to go down. I might have cursed him a little bit.
You definitely did.
Definitely did. There was 30 seconds, and he still had the Molotov ready. So if he actually hadn't been taken down that quick, he would have been able to buy so much time as they came in. Electronic's going to go down as well. Clever or not, that AWP will ruin your day every single time.
And now this brings up the question, Anders. We can go back to the round where they played Gladiator and they lost so many players. They're going to have to rebuy 4 weapons, and that's going to dig into the economy. So,
see, I knew I was onto something when I said they shouldn't do that.
You are. I just try to avoid congratulating you or telling you that you were doing good as much as possible.
Yeah, you're afraid it'll get to me?
Unless it goes to your head.
I don't know why you would ever suspect that. I think there's a complete lack of trust here.
Well, it is going to eat into this cash that Navi has built up, which means NRG can be right at that point of taking everything from Navi. They're going to have to go down to a couple SMGs. They do have ops. Double op setup, in fact.
Give me the rah-rah speech for why NRG are going to come back and win this map anyway. 8-12 right now.
The rah-rah speech.
Yeah, just give me like give me the highlight. What's the one thing that's going to change it in their favor?
This right here. I think they're going to take the economy away. They're going to prevent a lot of ops from coming out, and then you can start really kind of doing what made you so special against teams like Hellraisers and Liquid on this map is you can take some of the dry fights, you can do some of the faster-paced stuff towards this B bomb site. All they have to do is win this one round, and they have a whole plethora of strategies open to them.
Taking the economy away, that AWP would be a good beginning. Daps is waiting. He actually does get tagged a lot, and Flamey kind of came out on top of that one. Might be a grenade follow-up. No, not going to happen this time.
So at least you've pushed back the danger. You didn't get completely demolished by it. 3 players. They're going to go for a boost again, and it's Zeus to defend with those SMGs. And actually, Daps the first man up. He's going to be chewed up by this. Ethan is also there, and he's got really low health, and they're just staying. They're waiting for a peek that's not coming. Daps turned from a flashbang, smoke gonna go out. I think that's gonna prompt Ethan forward. That's a good big kill, but they can't really fight against the SMG. Zeus is too strong, and he's got the op to back him up. Flamey, the secondary opper. 2 frags come out, and that stops the hit. And actually, I mean, interestingly enough, NRG making that hit happen with just 3 players there.
Yeah, well, Breeze is going to be flanking in, so if for some reason Cirque can get 1 or 2 kills, they only have 28 seconds, so it's going to be very, very close. Tries to just essentially pre-fire that and falling back into the tunnel. They should not be hunting right now, Navi. They have the bomb inside of the site, and Breeze is waiting. They're not going to go for it. It kind of makes sense as well. So, that flashbang actually got them the kill on the guy controlling the barrels. There was just 2 more people there ready to fight.
That was that close-up SMG, and it was also the hesitance of NRG. They knew they had low health. I mean, you could tell they didn't really want to turn that corner. They just kind of knew they had to. Couldn't find any success there. So Navi survived the reset, and NRG have another buy because of the saved AK and saved AWP. They can actually invest into this. It's not going to be great, but at 8-13, you kind of have to go for it around the weapon you have. You also just got the information that Navi does have 2 ops on the board.
As much as we all love the Navi that has Simple at 40 and everyone else at, you know, sub 20, the Navi where everyone else is sort of like keeping up with each other is quite scary as well. It's obviously very hard to do anything because they're just all functioning right now.
Well, yes. This is, and I mean, not to be insulting or anything, but it is, you know, the quote-unquote easier opponent, less, you know, less experienced, less.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they have. I mean, let's not lie. NRG has some great skill on some of their players, and that can do some real damage. But they still have to improve in the way they utilize it, and the way that they can kind of shine those players in these kinds of systems, in these kind of scenarios. So it's obviously going to be a much easier time than playing the likes of SK, playing the likes of Astralis, playing, you know, the likes of Mouse Sports.
That's definitely true. We'll see if NRG can figure out the formula here. They don't have very much time left on the first map to try and do it, so they need some of these rounds to go heavily in their favor. Just pick up some early kills. Electronic has been left behind alone, and Simple is going to be falling very far back. Maybe ready to flash him if anything happens. See how it works out. Just waiting, Edward, going for the peek. That hole in the door is pretty useful.
Very useful for some information. Even forces Daps and Fugly to back up. Minute and 10 seconds on the clock, and they've gained nothing. Electronic is still able to stay here, and Simple just backing him up. Simple gonna go for the peek. Breeze jumps right into it. Doesn't even clear, doesn't expect anyone to be there still. It's been some time. Hard part is now if they want to flush him out of that position, they run into the danger of rolling right into Simple's crosshair, and they did that on the pistol round when they were trying to chase down Zeus. There it is from stairs. Electronic, he's going to get a triple. That's a beautiful adjustment over to Cirque. He's demolishing everyone. They can't even get by him, much less Simple after that. And he's still there to keep his teammate alive. Electronic's going to disappear down the stairs. Ethan's going to try for the hunt, and now NRG starts to respond.
Yeah, but it might have been just a bit too late. Simple almost flashing himself into a kill there. Again, 30 seconds. NRG are having a hard time getting map control without losing almost all of the clock, and Fugly trying to hunt Simple down. He's just waiting on top of the trash can, and he's going to take down Fugly. Oh, you really don't want to be hunting Simple for very long either. And Ethan now, 1 versus 3. Almost no time. He's going to try and go for the bomb plant. That will help them out. Electronic has shown up. Try and see if he can close out the round, and he's going to be able to. A great quad kill in the round for him. High fives all around. 14 rounds for Navi.
What a luxury to have Electronic able to make a play like that towards Fountain. That is gorgeous.
I feel like, was it Daps coming out of the stairs? to shoot at him?
I'm not sure who it was, to be honest with
I feel like that should have probably been a kill.
you. Okay. Yeah, probably. Probably definitely should have.
Probably, definitely.
Probably definitely.
All right.
And then even the follow-up, obviously the NRG player at the fountain isn't exactly expecting Electronic to peek into him. Like, he's just probably like, why is this crazy bastard continuing to fight everything?
Yeah. Maybe says something about how Navi is starting to feel about the game. They can sort of tell where they have NRG out of money and maybe a little bit stressed out that their map pick is not turning out in their favor at the moment. Simple staying down there. He hasn't seen anyone yet. No one in restrooms to hear this push, but they are going to divert. So maybe they can catch Simple. It's a big maybe. Obviously, the disadvantage to the AWP's close range, except if you're Simple. It doesn't seem to work that way. And he's going to fall back just at the right time. They were just about to catch him. Oh, nice shot with the USP yet again. And he's going to jump around the corner. He actually knife tapped. Oh my God, he is the Undertaker. Breeze and Ethan going to be left, but they're getting chewed up. Zeus will pick up a good little double kill at the end. He's just laughing, isn't he?
Oh my God.
Oh, and can we read out what Daps is saying? Oh, man.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, all you can really do is scratch your head on that one. That is unreal. Simple. Just going for it. Why not? 36 HP. Yeah, turn to the corner. He does find it right before death. And then he just laughs. It's the most...
Oh.
Well, here we go. Off and Simple. He's pushing forward. He's ready for this map to be over. He's ready to get to the celebrations. Raj will come up next. He wants this to be quick and painless.
What a message to send in a grand finals. Edward goes for a fight against Ethan, but does certainly not come out on top. And Simple took a bit of grenade damage, I think, in the connector earlier. So things have reset for a minute. Flamey and Zeus are going to go and peek the L-bend again. And this time Ethan can't win the fight. They will try and run up behind. It doesn't matter. Simple going to take down Cirque. Flamey with the kill on Fugly, and now Simple crouching in, and he's not going to miss the shot. Breeze out of the round. And in a 1 versus 4 with no bomb and just not the weapons for it, he's going to go down 16-8 in favor of Navi on map number 1 of the grand finals. That's a very convincing win. They looked very comfortable on this map.
Yeah, just some stumbles in the first half. It can be expected. A good map for NRG, and it was the T side of overpass. And they let too much get away from them, but that didn't happen in the second half. They come out of that break, and it was Simple, non-stop from the start of the second half on. 4 kills in the pistol, and continuing domination. A tear with the AWP. Even a knife kill mix in there. 16-8 for the hometown favorites.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to recover from, I feel like, for NRG. The reality of the situation is going to start to sink in slowly.
Again, they don't have to put too much pressure on them, though, right? This is nothing that's unexpected. Everyone is expecting them to get completely demolished in this grand final. No one's going to blame them if they go down and lose these maps 16-8, 16-5 even. So for them, it's going to go out to the second map, and you say, all right.
Moses, if you go into a boxing match with Tyson, even if you know you're going to lose, it's probably still going to hurt a little bit. You know, I'm just saying.
Well, that's a little different, isn't it? There's not a giant man biting people's ears off. So, I mean...
Well, not yet. Esports is young.
You never know with Simple.
A lot can happen. The night's young.
But no, I think the big thing is if I'm on the NRG, if I'm Daps, I'm taking the guys out there and I'd be like, look at the first half. We proved that we can fight with them outside of the extraordinary individual plays that Simple sometimes makes and Electronic makes, those peaks that they hit in individual rounds. They went toe-to-toe with these guys in that first half, and they proved that they can at least take the duels, that they can get creative, that their aggressive plays can work against them. And that's what you have to take forward to Mirage and just see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to be able to. Really interesting first map. We're going to go to the desk to find out what the guys think.